Amukira ngeithi ciakwa mwiroreri wa ceceni Inoro TV haria hothe uranyamukira uri nishirikitie kwihanda thaa 10 cia hwaini na nigunyite ugani mohoro-ini ma matemo ma Inoro atukirore uria bururi uriariurani ritwa riakwa njitagwo Ikua wa Bociririkana okoro kiarania na ithuĩ kuhitukira ndumiriri nguhi niyo 2288 na mitambo yothe ya ukinyaniria ya Inoro TV. Na tukiambiriria maria turi namo ni ati munini wa president Kithure Kindiki ni atongoretie mihango ya uheani wa title kuri family igana rimwe eria ithano makiriria cia hutirio ni muyuro wa mai thutha wa demu gutua mwena wa mai mahiu. Iguru ogwo Kindiki ateterithetie ati thirikari ni gwaka barabara ya rironi guthie Mau Summit undu uri ukunyihia muhatikano uri ukoragwo kuona wa bata makiria ni kuhingura matura. Kindiki aritie ari mwena wa Longonot na ona thutha wa burana ne guthandana aikana kurumia miario yake.
Leo jana pesa ya nyota ni kweli si kweli? Tumeona pesa ya nyota, rais aendelee na nyota asiendelee, aendelee na nyota asiendelee. Affordable housing tunaandika vijana, mambo ya mitandao tunaandika vijana, kazi majuu tunaandika vijana. Ndio tunasema iko tofauti ya wale ambao wanaongea na kupiga mdomo na wale wanafanya kazi. Kuna tofauti ya kazi na kuongea. And we are telling our competitors there is a difference between work and talk. There is a difference between work and talk. Kuongea ni rahisi, kazi ni ngumu. Si bei ya mbolea imeshuka. Barabara tunajengewa. Na mnajua ya kwamba ile barabara kubwa ya kutoka Rironi kwenda Mau Summit kupitia Naivasha Maimayo kwenda mpaka Nakuru na Mau Summit, wachana na hiyo. Si fire. Sasa ukinipatia mwavuli na wananchi nao, kama mwananchi ananyeshewa si hata sisi tunyeshewe? Ama mnasemaje jameni? Fire. Ama mnasemaje jameni?
Ni munini wa president Kithure Kindiki akiuga fire si fire abe aurirwo hanini. Na tugethi na mbere ni ati gikundi kiria kinyabaraga uria utamburukia wa mahinya uratwarithio na mbere kaunti-ini citiganite nikiuritie magavana aria marauga ni makoretwo makiagagio ni maseneta kuheana wira muiganu kuri honge cia uthuthuria. Makiaria thutha wa giikaro kia hamwe atongoria aya maugite ni uhoro wa kiha magavana kuruta mukana wa kwaga guthurimwo cikaro-ini cia maseneta makigwatia gwitio mahaki. Ningi ni moritie kigina kiria kiranyagio kaunti-ini kuongererwo nginyagia ciringi milioni 500 kuona thirikari cia kaunti citirahota gukinyaniria tabarira cia bata matura-ini.
Bribery of public officials undermines the foundation of devolution. If true, both those who pay and those who receive bribes must face the full force of the law.
Both the Senate and the Council of Governors have sworn to duty to make devolution work for the people of Kenya. Secrecy must end. Oversight must be opened. CSOs must be given observer status. The people must be allowed to watch.
As Kenya Devolution Civil Society Working Group, we are saying Kenyan citizens must address this. This is where we need Article 1 of the Constitution of Kenya to be evoked, to be put into practice. And we have a good opportunity between now and the elections in 2027.
Natugitigana na ripoti yoigie maseneta na magavana ni ati makiri ma aikari a Juja riu mambiriirie kwamukira irio cia uteithio kuma kuri thirikari thutha wa matura maingi ma gicigo giki ni ng'aragu. Aikari a Juja haria maraniirie na ceceni hakuhi nawe maugite rita riri matinagetha na citingimateithia riu magikaira thirikari kumahe uteithio ng'aragu ino itanakiriria. Moses Gige ni mwandiki witu na ari na ripoti yo makiria.
Makiri ma aikari a Juja no mathiete na mbere na kugomerwo ni maruru ma ng'aragu makiuga irio iria marakoretwo mahanda migunda-ini yao citinauma onake undu uria ucungireire ng'aragu nene matura-ini maingi.
Njitagwo waciori wa Munyiri Juja guku nie kuma riria ndaciarirwo ndie ndona ng'aragu teno. Kwa mfano nie ngukwira undu umwe ndirahandite tubebe kuota ya ika ndiragethire kilo igire kilo ici na kilo ici igire ni haria ndaitirie mai na baki tunasema koguo guku ng'aragu iria ikuo ono ngiaria na mundu ina miaka 80 ndirionekana
itora rere rito tikuga ati ni turahandire turagetha kindu tutinaruta mboco ona emwe na nie mwene gwakwa ngiaria horo wa gwakwa nyumba ina ciana cia imwana na mutu wina goro muno tikuga ati mutu nduri na goro tondu na tarucini mathiri ugo matanyuite matarite kindu ona tuigwa kwina mucere guku tuga tuyuka kugira mucere guku no wega no tukiheoka kilo kau kamwana kana kilo icio igiri nitumawe kora tukinyita makiumira thuku no undu uria tungihoya turehagira itu irio icikai
maugite o hindi ya kwamukira irio cia uteithio kuma kuri thirikari kuhetukira mubunge George Koimburi makiuria thirikari kumaheaga irio ici mahinda kwa mahinda
itwe musaada tondu niturutagira wira no thaa ici nundu wa nature ri guti undu tungika ni matuteithie thaa ici na manyitire nginya ciana citu iria cicu maheo rangi kuu nigetha ona ukakora mucii gutire kindu ri mwana ucio ona arara uria kurite rangi kuria tukaigwa twiganire.
Hali ni mbaya, watu wako na njaa, kuna wengine wanalala njaa, wengine wana watoto wanalala kwa nyumba, waendi kwa shule juu ya kosa school fees. Juja kuna shida kubwa sana.
Mubunge George Koimburi akiuga kwina andu ta 20,000 thiini wa Juja aria magumirwo ni ng'aragu na njira nene no indi kwa ihinda riri mena irio cingeigana o andu 10,000.
Ugo turagia na kahinda ga gukaira thirikari na iragituigua na no tukiurie mathie na mbere guturirikana ni tondu gicigo giki kia ubunge kia Juja nikigomagirwo ni ng'aragu hindi iria ng'aragu yomba bururi-ini na yukaga o mwaka January, February na March tukoragwo na ihinda iritu muno. Muthenya o mothe thutha wa uthuthuria uria twikite ni ati andu makiria 10,000 ni magomeirwo ni ng'aragu thiini wa Juja constituency na nio muthenya o mothe turaheirio.
Simuna ino ni ceceni ya Inoro TV Juja na ni njitagwo Moses Ngige.
Ngatho Moses Ngige na tugithina na mbere ni ati ikinya ria thirikari iria kuruguria mutambo wa kiriu wa EGP no ria rahuthika ni ene kandarathi gwetia na kuihuria kandarathi cia thirikari ni ohibirio ni onjoria makiria account ya Embu makiuga mubango uyu ukite kunina ungumania uria ukoretwo kuo kwa ihinda uheani-ini wa kandarathi. Gitonga wa Wambui ni aratuhinyeria ici.
Onjoria na ene kandarathi kaunti-ini ya Embu ni mahimbirie ikinya ria thirikari ria kuhuthira mutambo wa EGP no ria ene kandarathi marihuthagira niguo kuheo kandarathi ni thirikari.
Biashara zingine zimekuwa zikifanyika hasa sisi kama contractors, unakuta tenda zinapewa watu, unashindwa huwa zinapeanwa saa ngapi na wanashinda saa ngapi na wakati upi. Lakini kwa sasa tumeona kuna uwazi mwingi sana.
Kidogo iko better kuliko ile ilikuwa physical. Kwa sababu hapa document yako iko online, iwezi potea. Pale pengine ulikuwa una deliver document, unajaribu kusema nileta document zangu unakuta haiweze.
Ene kandarathi aya maugite mubango uyu ukite kunina ungumania na cioko iria ikoragwo kiharo-ini giki. Kuna maita maingi macungagiririo kuheana mahaki niguo maheo kandarathi ici.
Watu ambao weko na nafasi ya kuweza kutoa ile huduma wao wakayo on tools ili anytime advertisement zinafanywa waweze kufanya, na wao pia kuna kitu inaitwa pre-qualification wakae wakijiweka kwa system kila wakati.
Kama vile wanayesema kwanza ni ununuzi kwa uwazi. Ni kweli katika huu mtandao tutapata uwazi na biashara itakuwa ni quite fair.
Kinyagia riu onjoria makiria ma 35,000 nio meyandikithitie mubango-ini uyu. Ene kandarathi makiurio kuhimbiria na njira nene.
Kila county kuna chapter yao kama county waweze kujumuika na hii system na waweze kujiandikisha na kucreate hiyo profile ambayo tumesomeshwa leo ndio uweze kufanya biashara na uweze kujikimu kimaisha.
One is transparency and accountability, and also we are eliminating the use of manual system, whereby some files get lost in the process, but through electronic government procurement system all the information are stored electronically.
Handu-ini ha Inoro TV gitago Gitonga wa Wambui.
Rĩrĩ ũteti wa bũrũri wanjĩtie kũnyita thing'a na mĩahu kwanjia kwĩyarĩra ciĩgiĩ gĩthurano kĩnene gĩũkĩte. Atongoria kĩrĩma-inĩ maugĩte marĩ mũbango-inĩ wa kwarĩra ndama ciao. Mũmbunge wa Ndia nĩwe George Kariuki augĩte atĩ nyũmba ya kĩrĩma-inĩ ĩgũikara thĩ na ĩcire ũrĩa ĩgũkorwo ĩkĩgunĩka na keki ya bũrũri. Rĩrĩ bũrũri wĩharĩrĩirie kũrũrika ithurano-inĩ, akiuga thirikari ya President William Ruto ĩkũhĩmbĩria andũ othe bũrũri-inĩ. Boni Wathuku ni aratarĩria.
rĩrĩ meharĩrĩria ma gĩthurano kĩnene manjĩtie kũnyita thing'a mĩaho ya kĩũteti no ĩthiĩte na mbere na gũbanga itama ciao cia kĩũteti. Kũringana na mũmbunge wa Ndia George Kariuki, gĩtarũ gĩa gatagatĩ no nginya gĩkorwo metha-inĩ ya gũcirĩrĩra kũgaya keki ya bũrũri harĩ kũmba thirikari thutha wa gĩthurano-inĩ kĩa mwaka wa 2027.
Andũ aitũ, especially community itu, tondũ community wathikĩrĩria ũkaigua andũ nĩmagweta ũrĩa marenda, angĩ makauga tũrenda gĩtĩ gĩkĩ, angĩ makauga tũrenda gĩtĩ kĩrĩa, nĩmwĩrĩga kũigua Nyanza nĩmaraugire kĩrĩa marenda, na ithuĩ nĩ gũgũkinya hĩndĩ itũ tũcokanĩre ta atongoria twĩrane atĩrĩrĩ, ithuĩ ta andũ a Mount Kenya, ithuĩ ta Gĩkũyũ, what is innate for us? Tugĩthiĩ harĩa metha-inĩ, what is innate for us? Ta andũ aitũ. Na ta opposition peke yake, nĩ nginya maendeleo.
Na tũgĩtigana na riboti iyo rĩu njĩtĩkĩrie tũkorwo tũkĩamba gũteng'era kũrĩa thingira-inĩ wa iregi kana State House kũrĩa gũkĩrĩ na ngirimiti irekeranĩrwo gatagatĩ wa thirikari ya kaunti ya Nairobi na thirikari nene kũrĩa marakĩenda kwaranĩria ũhoro wĩgiĩ ũgayania wa mahinya matiganĩte thĩinĩ wa thirikari ĩno ya kaunti ya Nairobi. Reke twambe tũkorwo tũgĩthiĩ ĩmwe kwa ĩmwe mwena ũcio tũkĩone na tũigue kĩrĩa kĩrathiĩ na mbere.
Which holds true regard to the mandate given to both of us by the people of Kenya and the citizens of Nairobi, and to the constitution that we swore to abide by. With a population of close to 7 million residents, and with the city growing year on year, the equitable share from the division of revenue that provides resources to all the counties, as well as our own source revenue, can never be enough for the demanding needs of a capital city of the stature that we aspire to be. We thank you for your support in this journey, Your Excellency. We're committing to make Nairobi work because lazima I work. Singapore, here we come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Governor. May I now invite the Prime Cabinet Secretary to make brief remarks and then invite His Excellency the President.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, my colleagues in the national government who are present here today, members of the county government of Nairobi, good afternoon. I will say this, Your Excellency. It takes a lot of courage for a leader to move away from a comfort zone and move to that territory that everybody fears and is worried about. The whole idea of you leading and saying that we have to do much more for Nairobi, for this country, for the capital city, and we have to go beyond the comfort zones that have been there so that we do something extraordinary, but within the law, is really a serious mark of leadership. Nairobi has always had the hub status. We have moved and talked and praised ourselves, patted ourselves on the back, sometimes thumped our chests about Nairobi. But do you know what, ladies and gentlemen? The truth is, we are facing serious competition. For those of you who have been to Addis Ababa lately, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. If you have been to Uganda and you look at what is happening even at the airport, you will see that changes are taking place. Go to Luanda in Angola. Go to Zambia, Lusaka. We must break away from the comfort zone. And if we have to retain the hub status that we have always held, then the leadership that we are seeing today is absolutely important. I also want to really thank the county government, Governor Sakaja and your team, because indeed this is not going to be easy for you, There'll be mudslingers all over the corners. But at the end of the day, without this initiative, we are in trouble. If any of you have taken the opportunity to fly and follow Nairobi River as you go into Machakos, as you go into Thika, into Yatta, what you see from above tells you that we were running late. Mr. President, thank you for this courageous move. It is now my honor to request you to be upstanding so that we can invite His Excellency the President to address us. And I just want to reassure you, President, that we shall work very closely under your direction on this matter. Thank you.
Thank you very much, PCS. Please, let's take our seats. Good afternoon, everybody. Karibuni. Mawaziri mulio hapo, gavana wetu, Mheshimiwa Sakaja, Deputy Governor, Mr. Speaker, sir, na CECs mulio hapa, na nimeona leader of majority wa kutoka city yetu ya Nairobi, na wale MCAs wengine wote, karibuni sana. Your Excellency, the Governor of the city of Nairobi, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our Constitution establishes two levels of government distinct in mandate, yet interdependent in purpose. It recognizes that as our capital city grows, responsibilities expand, and national priorities evolve, the institution of government must work in structured partnerships within the law, in coordination, and in the national interest to guarantee effective governance and reliable service delivery. It is in this constitutional spirit of cooperative governance that we are gathered here today to strengthen collaboration between the national government and the Nairobi City County government, and to deliberately raise the performance, efficiency, and global standing of our city. Nairobi is not merely another devolved unit. Nairobi is our capital, the seat of the Republic, and the nerve center of national administration. It hosts diplomatic missions from across the world. It is home to 2 United Nations agencies. Nairobi is the only UN headquarters presence in the global south, and it stands as a commercial, financial, and innovation hub of our region. For many visitors and investors, Nairobi is not just the face of Kenya. Nairobi is Kenya. That standing carries a serious obligation. A capital city must work, as Governor will tell us. It must function. It must meet the highest standards of order, infrastructure, efficiency, and service delivery, not only for its 5 million residents, but also for the millions who depend on it every day. Yet, the fiscal and operational framework of county financing was not designed for a capital city of this scale and responsibility. Nairobi carries national, regional, and global obligations, but is funded largely through the same formula as other counties. Today's cooperation agreement is designed to close the gap. It is actually designed to close that gap fully and within the confines of the law and the Constitution. Let me be clear on the legal foundation. Article 189(2) of our Constitution requires the two levels of government to cooperate, assist, and consult each other. The Intergovernmental Relations Act provides mechanisms for formal coordination agreements. The Urban Areas and Cities Act recognizes the special status of the capital city of Nairobi and provides the framework for joint cooperation. So this agreement is anchored in the Constitution, in the Intergovernmental Relations Act, and in the Urban Areas and Cities Act. We are not operating in a vacuum. Indeed, since the enactment of the Urban Areas and Cities Act in 2012, this cooperation agreement is 14 years late. It should have been in place with the advent of devolution. What we are augmenting today is not a transfer of functions. Let me repeat. There is no transfer of functions happening. For the avoidance of doubt, I have no interest in running the city of Nairobi. My hands are full. The governor and his team must run the city of Nairobi. But I have an obligation as the President of Kenya to assist the city of Nairobi for all the reasons that I have stated. The Nairobi City County Government retains its legal mandate. What is being enhanced is structured national government support where capital city performance affect the entire republic. This cooperation agreement focuses on 4 key work streams: water and sewerage, roads, bridges and drainage, housing and related infrastructure development, including lighting, as well as solid waste management and Nairobi River's regeneration. On street lighting, Nairobi has about 70,000 lighting points, but only 21,000, about 30%, are fully operational today. A city of Nairobi's stature must be fully lit, fully safe, and fully functional. To address this, we are committing 3.7 billion towards street lighting modernization and expansion. Under this agreement, we will complete 10,000 and install an additional 40,000 lighting points. Because high electricity costs contribute to outages, we will transition progressively to solar solutions. I have given very clear instructions to the people concerned. We will also commercialize lighting poles so that advertising revenue supports maintenance. Going forward, construction of new roads will now include lighting by design. There will be no road constructed now in the city going forward. Part of the contract will be lighting, so that the road is not complete until it is lit. Ladies and gentlemen, across the city's 9 major informal settlements, families sometimes pay more for illegal electricity than residents in formal estates pay legally. In some cases, people in informal settlements pay up to 150% more. This is an injustice we must correct. I'm sure MCAs here know. The member of County Assembly from Mathare Hospital has been on my case. Mukuru Kayaba, Mukuru Kwaruben, Gitare Marigu, Korogosho, Kibra, Deep Sea Slum. All those areas have been, electricity has been switched off. These are residents of the city living in darkness. The national government, working with the Kenya Power, we will invest 1.5 bulk framework to lower power costs for low-income households and to make sure that their connections are legalized. In the long term, we will transform informal settlements through affordable housing and a 3.3 billion upgrade program covering transformers, prepaid metering, and settlement lighting around footpaths, markets, schools, and health facilities. On water and sanitation, Nairobi faces both a supply shortage and significant systems losses. We will invest 2.1 billion at Ngedu treatment plant to stop daily losses of approximately 50,000 cubic liters. Another 3.3 billion will go into the Kikiri Shaurimoyo evacuation corridor to stabilize and extend supply to high demand zones. As Governor said earlier, added onto the 140 million cubic liters, we will now enhance it by another 50,000 in a short while, even as we focus our attention in mobilizing funding for Maragua 4 and Northern Collector 2 to secure long-term water stability for Nairobi and neighboring counties. Just to mention, the Minister for Water knows very well that among the 50 mega dams that are in our strategic plan that will be funded under the National Infrastructure Fund is Maragua 4 that will supply water to the city of Nairobi. On sanitation, as part of the Nairobi River Regeneration Program, we are committing 9 billion to build 2 parallel 27-kilometer trunk sewer networks along the Nairobi River corridor and 6 billion for a new sewer treatment plant that will treat 60,000 cubic liters of water per day, securing capacity for at least the next 40 years. An additional Kenya shillings 3 billion will support last-mile sewer connectivity, while 15 billion shillings is set aside for long-term sewer expansion across the city of Nairobi. On roads, bridges, and drainage, we are spending a total of 8.7 billion shillings. Kenya shillings 2 billion has been allocated to complete phase 1 of Kura roads within the next 2 months. We are also mobilizing additional funding of 1.7 billion for a 57-kilometer road package starting in April this year under phase 2. Phase 3, valued at Kenya shillings 5 billion, will also be procured this financial year. And this has had the input of the members of the County Assembly of the City of Nairobi. In every ward, we will enhance road networks under the 5 billion shilling mobility and safety program, completed by 3.7 billion from the county government. Complemented, sorry. I know the Nairobi City County has a program which will cost about 3.7 billion shillings. We have agreed on what they will do, but we will also provide a further 1 billion to be dedicated to drainage improvement. We all know when it rains what happens to the city of Nairobi. And my instructions to both the Ministry of Infrastructure and Roads and Housing is that we do not want a flooded city this year. You have to move with speed so that we do what we have to do. If there will be any flooding, it should be minimal. But by next year, we should have corrected the problem that we have. In solid waste management, the county has already allocated 100 acres for material recovery facilities and transfer stations, committing 4 billion shillings, we agreed, Sakaja, while the national government will provide 2 billion shillings every year within the existing framework to advance circular waste systems. Ladies and gentlemen, security is non-negotiable, especially for a modern capital city like Nairobi. I therefore direct the Cabinet Secretary for Interior to prepare and present within 60 days a framework for a dedicated Nairobi Metropolitan Police Unit. To work hand in hand with the Nairobi County Security. We will make, and we must make Nairobi safe for citizens, visitors, investors, and business alike. Our cooperation with the Nairobi City County government, ladies and gentlemen, is not beginning today. This partnership is already visible in the Nairobi Rivers Regeneration Program, a 50 billion shilling initiative transforming riverine settlements through housing, sanitation, public spaces, and environmental restoration, and employing over 45,000 young people in the city of Nairobi. Governor, I hope you find some time tomorrow. I want to undertake an inspection of what is going on that program. Today, we are amplifying what we already started. With an initial quantified capital package of everything that I have said, amounting to 80 billion across priority sectors, this structured partnership is designed to deliver measurable impact and expand opportunities for all in Nairobi County. It is correct, ladies and gentlemen, and it is right for us to do what we are doing. I want to persuade the many people who never see anything good about our country and our city that there comes a time when we must pull together. There comes a time when we must put aside partisanship and posturing. This is not an occasion for us to throw around titles, Excellency that and Excellency the other one, Honorable this and Honorable the other one. It is a time when we should hold hands together so that we can take charge of our city. Many people who visit Kenya get their experience out of Nairobi. There are many people, many visitors who come to Kenya, and the only place they come to is Nairobi. When you hear many people across the world saying, I have gone to Kenya, they possibly could have come only to Nairobi. And therefore, the impression we get, the impression we give out of the city of Nairobi is the impression that the global community has of the Republic of Kenya. And therefore, it is important for us to work together. As I have said, the package we are discussing here today is a package of 80 billion shillings. Several ministries will be involved in this exercise. If you bring on board what we are doing in housing, in markets, in hostels, Nairobi City alone, we are spending from the ministry run by Alice Wahome, 249 billion shillings in the city of Nairobi alone. We have signed contracts of 110,000 housing units in the Nairobi City County. When we were campaigning, Sakaja and myself, we promised to build 20 markets, modern markets in the city of Nairobi. The national government is going to build 12. The county government is going to build 8. I was in Gikomba, and we are now designing a modern market, modern national market, because as I went around in the Nyota program, many of the traders in different parts of Kenya say they buy their wares from Gikomba. So Gikomba does not serve the city of Nairobi. People as far as Busia, Embu, going as far as Mandera, they buy their wares, the ones they sell, in those markets, in those shopping centers from the city of Nairobi. And that is why I have given my undertaking that we are going to build a 5 billion shilling modern market in Gikomba that is going to present the correct face, not what we have today. This will strengthen Nairobi's standing as a capital worthy of the republic it serves, orderly, functional, competitive, and globally respected. A first-rank African metropolis that reflects our national ambition and commands both local and international confidence. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very, very proud moment for me. I want to assure the Nairobi County Assembly, the Speaker is here, the leadership of the House is here, we have several MCAs here, that you will provide oversight as is expected of you. This signed document will come to the County Assembly for your input, for your endorsement before we finally roll it out. The sooner, Mr. Speaker, the sooner we start, you know. So I really want to assure you that we want the exercise of public participation to begin. Let's have the people of Nairobi speak to it. This is what we want to do for the city of Nairobi. We must modernize this city. We are doing a world-class Talanta Stadium. We are doing a world-class conference facility in Bomas. Shortly, we will start the construction, with the private sector, by the way, of a modern arena right here in Nairobi. And as I promised the country, we will roll out in a couple of months the construction of a new airport in Nairobi. Ladies and gentlemen, We must raise our ambition. We cannot continue to make peace with mediocrity. It is not right. It is unacceptable. And I want to say this for the avoidance of any doubt, that any person who has better ideas should come forward. You know? Noise, name calling, you know, and all the other, you know, drama and activism will not change our country. And we must be very clear about it. Some of the things that we are doing today should have been done way back. But because those of us who are leaders want to choose the easy, popular path, we never get to do the things that matter to our nation. Let me say this. We must believe in ourselves. We must believe in our country. We must be patriotic to this nation. You know, the negativity about Kenya. If you are negative about Kenya, what contribution are you making? How are you helping? If you hate your country, you know, if you have better ideas, tell us, you know. So this is really what I want us to focus on. And we have set out for ourselves to do what we think and what we believe will change our country. I am an ardent, consumed believer that this is a great nation. And we can only make it greater. You know, we must believe in this country of ours, good people. I see many people, they talk about Kenya as if they have a spare country to you know. Why? If you are negative about your country, don't look for the next person to blame or anybody to blame. Go to the mirror. That is the person to blame. So, tafadhali nawaomba waheshimiwa MCS. Sisi tuko kusaidia kwa sababu katiba na sheria inatupa nafasi ya kushirikiana kati ya serikali ya kaunti na serikali ya kitaifa. Sheria specifically inatupatia nafasi ya national government na Nairobi City County, mahali capital city ya Kenya iko, kufanya kazi kwa mpango. Na ndio sababu hiyo leo tuko hapa. Sio kwa sababu ya uchaguzi inayokuja, sio kwa sababu tuko na AFCON, hapana. Tunafanya hivi because it is the right thing to do. This is what we must do. We are doing it for ourselves. Yes, we are doing it for our country, for the residents of the city of Nairobi and for the people of Kenya. Tunafanya hivyo kwa sababu hiyo. So, hakuna sababu ingine ambayo mtu atatafuta kusema pengine huyu anatafuta hii ama anatafuta ile. Mimi nilifanya campaign pamoja na huyu mungwana. Tulikubaliana na watu wa Nairobi, hii Nairobi haiwezi kuwa mji wa takataka. Today, my friends, let's be honest with ourselves. Nairobi River is a sewer, right? Right, going through the city. The center of the city is a sewer line. And it is supposed to be okay. How is it supposed to be okay? All these years. Tuko tu hapo, tumengedi hapo, you know, we are, and we are a sewer. We are the environmental capital of the world. How can we have filth and sewage in the Nairobi River. That is why we have committed resources. Shortly, we will begin we are working on that with Alice, so that we can completely change the city of Nairobi and present the correct picture of the people of Kenya. So nawaomba ushirikiano. Mawaziri wako hapa. Huu sio wakati wa kusema nani ni mkubwa kuliko nani. You know, Biblia inatufundisha ya kwamba yule anajifanya ndio mkubwa aoshe miguu ya wale wengine. So let's not, I don't know who is going to chair, I don't know who is going to be bigger than who is going to be what. Let's get work done. Let us get our hands. Tufanye kazi. Si ndio jameni? Mimi nawaomba, tafadhali wangwana, tushirikiane, tufanye kazi pamoja, tutabadilisha hii city. We have laid a good foundation. Tumeweka msingi mzuri sana. We have stabilized our economy. We have consolidated our economy. We have Nairobi City is among the leading kwa mambo ya registration ya SHA. We have built additional classrooms in this city. I was just getting a brief. We built ourselves 240 classrooms that most of them are ready. The members of parliament in the city of Nairobi built another almost 300 or 400 classrooms, which are also ready. Because we want to change the city of Nairobi. So tushirikiane. Tufanye kazi pamoja. And you can count on me 100%. And vile nimesema gavana, tukipata nafasi kesho twende kuna maneno pale nataka twende tuangalie, kwa sababu hii kazi inahitaji sometimes oversight. We see what's going on. Saa zingine unaambiwa ukiketi kwa ofisi, hii imefanyika, ukikuta pale ni opposite. So saa zingine ni vizuri kupeleka macho huko na kuangalia. So otherwise, asanteni sana. I think we all have our marching orders. Yeah. CS Mugai, Eric, you know what to do. Sindio? Yeah. To maji. Na hii Korogocho, my friend Alex na Opio. I hope you have finished you have finished the procurement. The contractors. Kwa sababu tuko na sehemu katika mji wa Nairobi watu wanaishi kwa giza. It's not correct. Hata kama kuna illegal connection, hawa watu wa illegal connection tuende tuwafukuze na tuweke legal connection. Because our illegal connectors, they are charging the residents more than what the rest of Nairobians are paying. So it is a lose-lose. The government is losing and the consumers are losing. So nobody is winning. So I also want to ask people living in those areas, we are on the same side. Mujue, we are on the same side. Hawa watu ambao wanafanya illegal connection, they are exploiting you and they are stealing from us. So tusaidiane, we corner them, tuwafukuze, ndio tufanye ile inahitajika, tufanye pamoja. Tumekubaliana jameni? So Mr. Speaker, over to you na county assembly yako, alafu tutembee na watu wa Nairobi na watu wa taifa letu la Kenya. God bless you.
And with that, we'll remain standing for the anthem, which will bring this session to a close. So let us all remain standing for the national anthem.
Ane gatho mwiroreri wio thiete na mbere gutwarana na ithuĩ iyo nĩ riboti iria igũikorwo tukĩmĩharĩria makĩria ĩndĩ ĩragĩthiĩ na mbere kũrĩa thingira-inĩ wa iregi kũrĩa President William Ruto akorwo akĩaranĩria na bũrũri na makĩria ũnyitanĩri-inĩ wa thirikari ya Nairobi nĩyo kaunti ya Nairobi ũndũ ũmwe na thirikari nene. President kũrĩa akorwo akiuga ĩno nĩ tabarĩra akiuga we ndarĩ na bata wa gũkorwo agĩtwarithia na mbere kaunti ya Nairobi moko make nĩ maihũru ĩndĩ nĩ akiuga weta President rungu rwa gatiba na makĩria gĩcunjĩ kĩa 189 clause ya kerĩ nĩ kĩmũhete mahinya ma gũtigĩrĩra nĩ atirĩrĩra nĩ anyitĩrĩra na nĩ atwarithia na mbere kaunti ya Nairobi. Gũtarĩ nganja nĩ akorwo akĩheana mĩtaratara na akiuga makĩria ma kĩgĩna kĩa bilioni 80 nĩkĩo gĩgũkorwo gĩkĩhũthĩka. Nĩ ahutia ũhoro wa gũkorwo agĩtheria Nairobi, nĩ ahutia ũhoro wa thitima na kũrĩa akorwo akiuga nĩ kũrĩ matũra maingĩ na makĩria marĩa makĩrĩ gũkũ icagi-inĩ cia Nairobi mena nduma na mangĩ magakorwo makĩrĩha mbeca nyingĩ gũkĩra ũrĩa kwagĩrĩire. Akiuga kĩgĩna kĩa bilioni 1.5 nĩ gĩgũkorwo gĩkĩingĩra na makĩria gũteithĩrĩria icagi ici kũrĩa makĩria ma ciringi bilioni 3.3 igũkorwo igĩthiĩ gũthondeka barabara-inĩ, gũtigĩrĩra kũrĩ na ũtheri macukuru-inĩ na mathibitarĩ-inĩ. Naho nĩ akiuga gwakinya nĩ ũhoro wa maĩ gũkĩrĩ na kĩgĩna kĩa bilioni 2.1 kĩrĩa gĩgũkorwo gĩgĩthiĩ kũrĩa mwena wa Kwa Ng'etho nĩ ũndũ wa maĩ, bilioni 3.3 nacio cigĩthiĩ mwena ũrĩa wa Gigiri evacuation corridor nĩguo gũtigĩrĩra gũkĩrĩ na maĩ matheru. Nĩ ari ũhoro wa ũgitĩri akiuga Nairobi arĩa makĩrĩ thĩinĩ wa taũni ĩyo no nginya makorwo marĩ agitĩre na biacara ciao igĩtĩrĩtwo nĩguo gũtigĩrĩra gũtirĩ na thĩna o wothe ũrakora andũ aya. Na akiuga gũkĩrĩ na rũhonge rũgũkorwo rũgĩthondekwo rwa borithi rũkĩrĩ rungu rwa kaunti ya Nairobi rũrĩa rũkũnyitanĩra na maabitha arĩa makoretwo a ũgitĩri Nairobi nĩguo gũtigĩrĩra maũndũ maya mothe nĩ makĩhinga. Akiuga Nairobi nĩ ĩtigĩtwo na thutha ta ũrĩa Minister mũnene Musalia Mudavadi akorwo akiuga akĩringithania matũra matiganĩte. Nĩ akĩhutia kũrĩa Addis Ababa, nĩ ahutia bũrũri wa Uganda akiuga ũhoro wa airport ciao, nĩ akĩhutia bũrũri wa Rwanda, nĩ ahutia bũrũri wa Zambia akiuga taũni yao ya Lusaka maũndũ ũrĩa mathiĩte na mbere. Riboti ĩno na mangĩ maingĩ nĩo tũgũkorwo tũgĩkũharĩrĩria mathaa-inĩ maitũ ma mohoro ma Inoro hwainĩ na Inoro thaa 3 na muthenya wa aramithi kana Thursday thaa 5 nginya thaa 7 nĩtũgakorwo tũkĩrikĩra makĩria kuona nĩkĩ kĩratũma taũni ya Nairobi kana kaunti ya Nairobi ĩkorwo ĩkĩingĩrĩrwo mũno nĩ thirikari nene. Nĩkĩ kĩrathiĩ na mbere, nĩ kaunti ĩno ĩremetwo nĩ kwĩrũgamia kana nĩkĩ hihi thirikari nene ĩrakĩingĩrĩra kaunti ĩno. Niĩ rĩtwa rĩakwa njĩtagwo Ikuo wa Mboci, ngũkorwo ngĩgũtiga moko-inĩ mega ma tabarĩra ya mwĩgangaro ĩrĩa tũkĩrĩ na Jonato Gĩkonyore makĩrĩ na Ses na mũndũ ũgwĩtwo DJ Smiles nĩgetha magĩtũtindĩke mathaa mau matigara. Gĩa na wĩroreri mwega.